Boruto's power just doesn't stop increasing, as chapter 9 reveals the greatest speed a shinobi has ever achieved. This man dodged attacks that only Boruto mode Naruto could do in base, casually walking up to Kawaki to destroy his entire career, stating he's pathetic. The energy Boruto has displayed throughout the time skip is unmatched, as the story gets even more fire. But that's not all. Every single one of our theories has turned out correct, with the 9 tails returning within Himawari. And to make sense of all of this, we return to Jura, who instead of, destroying the entire planet by eating Kawaki in chapter 8, instead, he feels like meeting Naruto is more important. Jura claims to Team 10 that Himawari has a tail beast which signals to him, and he would like to devour it to get the answer he seeks. The dude even pauses to catch up to the manga, as the book has intel on everything about the world, including ninjas. This leaves Shikadai and others confused, as they still believe Naruto is dead. So Jura, he must be yapping, but even he doesn't understand how Himawari is related to the 9 tails, and claims the world brings about questions upon questions the more he explores it. Jura then activates Wood Style to capture Himawari, but is saved by the Inoshika Cho combo, which fascinates him. Now remember, in Naruto chapter 533, the 3 clans have a long history of working together, even having a memorial in Konoha that honors the pact they made. Nonetheless, knowing that they are, let's be honest here, fodder, Jura spares their lives, stating that he will only attack if he's left with no choice. This prompts a Discord call with Shikamaru to learn about everything that is happening. And guess what these guys do against an opponent as strong as Ishiki? Shikadai pulls out the shadow paralysis like this is peak 2002. Pack it in, son. That jutsu don't do no more. You're gonna put your entire clan out of business, as Jura instead charges up a mini Biju bomb from his eye. Shikadai's granddad is rolling in his grave right now, seeing Chocho of all people stop the Biju blast from nuking them all, giving Inoshika Cho a chance to take Himawari away. I mean, this should give Shikamaru PTSD because their dads died to this. In fact, the blast is so powerful that even a small version of it explodes like a nuke we saw in the 4th war. And this is with little to no charge time. Like, bruh, no wonder Konoha will be completely destroyed in the future.
Meanwhile,
Kawaki is having a nap. He got his ass handed to him, thinking he was him. This leads to Boruto pondering about his karma at Orochimaru's hideout. He can't catch a moment of rest due to Kashin Koji finding out about Jura's attack using the toads. These little things are really handy, as they even inform Shikamaru to create their own group chat. But waking up from his nap, Kawaki claims everything will be fine due to his regeneration. However, knowing that Amado scanned his body and pondered something was wrong, it's likely that Jura's attack sapped chakra and life force just as the god tree does. After all, it feeds on life force, especially Atsuki. Heck, even the Renengan has that ability. And knowing that Ishiki rods take away chakra, it makes sense that Jura has a unique ability. However, Kawaki's embarrassment has only just started, people. Boruto rocks up back in Konoha and displays his magnificent detective skills, accurately pointing out that a tree made of wood is most definitely wood style.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Suddenly, the only man with a higher IQ slides back into Boruto's DMs. Shikamaru confirms that the Shinju are after Naruto, or at least they were. Their new target is Himawari. So finding out that his sister is in fact related in some way to the 9-tailed fox is certainly a surprise for Boruto. But it only gets worse as his biggest hater Kawaki appears. He informs Ino's chakra unit that Konoha's enemy number 1 has arrived, as Kawaki asks his brother if he's in cahoots with the Shinju.
Are you serious right now, bro?
But Boruto rightfully reminds Kawaki that there's more important things right now. Like, I don't know, the Atsuki monsters that have violently killed Konoha Jonin. However, it's no use, as Kawaki just unleashes his big black rods towards Boruto, who just dodges. Yeah, Kawaki's stocks keep getting lower. He's
You're
not
not
him. Pack it up. Seriously, Kawaki even tries again, but is instead hit by the famous 1-inch punch. Even Boruto realizes how pathetic Kawaki has become, calling out the truth, exposing the fact that Kawaki spent the past 3 years training with farmers, whilst he was out here crossing heaven and earth to become the honored one, bitch! Even Delta can't believe what she witnessed. After all, this feat from Boruto continues to prove that he is the strongest shinobi to ever exist. Look at the past. When battling against Jigen and Ishiki, Naruto and Sasuke were getting packed up by the big black rods, forcing Naruto to rely on Baryon mode to be able to match their speed. Think about it. Boruto has matched a Baryon mode feat in his base form, which means he is now many times faster than light. This explains why Boruto is able to react and counter Code's belt markings, which are stated to be exactly like Minato's flying Raijin and instant teleportation. Naruto and Sasuke were already faster than light by the end of the 4th war, and had only gotten stronger as adults. For example, KCM version 1 of Naruto could dodge a near light speed attack from A at point blank range. He gets even faster later on due to Sage Mode, 6 Paths and KCM 2. This leads to another feat of 6 Paths Naruto dodging Madara's Light Fang, which was the speed of light. By the end of Naruto, he gains the other side of Kurama, Yin and Yang, becoming even more powerful. So later on in the Boruto manga, this speed is showcased yet again with Delta's beam, or even a Naruto that is nerfed and sick, dodging light speed photons in the Retsuden novels. As a result, Boruto dodging rods that the Sharingan can't even keep up with and required Kurama's sacrifice, we start to understand that he could probably kill Ishiki on his own at this point. But what makes the power scaling even scarier? Jura would have to match it or even be stronger for the story to even make sense.
Our universe is doomed! Doomed!
Nonetheless, this bum pulls out his Karma Seal once again, which is a callback to Sasuke in the past, by the way. If you didn't know that, make sure to smash the like button, please. Now it resonates with Boruto, forcing him to get the hell out of there. Why? Well, in case you silly willies have forgotten, Boruto and Kawaki's karma are connected with one another, and have been since they first met. And the last time Boruto used it, Momoshiki came out to play and resulted in his entire life literally turning upside down. But clearly, something has happened to make Boruto this paranoid of Momoshiki. As the last time we saw him, Momoshiki was the one worried about Boruto's strong resolve. Yet all of a sudden, things have done a 180. This draws parallels to Naruto training with Jiraiya, as the QB took over and gave his sensei a scar, which means Momoshiki went on a similar rampage in the past that was subsided by Kashin Koji and Sasuke. Boruto being so determined not to use the karma to bring about the shinobi era once more parallels Kawaki, who is so hell-bent on relying on it to destroy the Otsutsuki. So by disregarding each other's ideology, it becomes their weakness. Because despite Boruto training so hard for 3 years as a shinobi, it's clear the karma has become a problem. That's not to say that he can't still learn to control it. Remember that Tsunade plotline from chapter 36 about how she might be able to help learn more about the karma, as it's similar in theory to use the Byakugo seal, but it went nowhere? It's finally time for Kijimoto to reopen the kitchen, as Boruto is gonna be breaking more ninja records as he becomes the first shinobi to be trained by each of the legendary Sani. Kinda. Boruto has trained with Jiraiya's clone, who has to fulfill his own prophecy, which Kashin Koji pondered about in chapter 16, that his fate resides in Konoha. Ishiki then called him the Star of Change, claiming the man he's cloned from bore a mighty fate, where just like Boruto, Koji would like to defy the Otsutsuki prophecies even if it's a small possibility. They've spent years at Orochimaru's hideout, who would side with Boruto as he dedicated his life to following Sasuke. Thus, if Sasuke chose to believe in him, Orochimaru would too. With his pardon, Orochimaru turned over a new leaf and seized his evil actions, instead desiring to protect the planet from the Otsutsuki. In Naruto episode 485, Orochimaru makes it clear that even though his means are seen as evil, in the end, someone like him can still be necessary and proven useful, as Konoha will receive the benefits of keeping him around when another threat appears. This is linked back to Naruto's original manga, when Orochimaru stated people can and do change, where Tsunade comments that if Orochimaru had become an ally much earlier, then Jiraiya may not have died. So this heavily links to Kashin Koji's re-emergence in the story, as it comes full circle with the statement ending up being true. I mean, even Mitsuki has come to his senses, believing in the sun once again. One of the things that made Orochimaru so intriguing was his pursuit of knowledge and immortality. This leaves just Tsunade to complete the legendary Sannin training sessions. If she can train Boruto to contain and control the data inside the Karma Seal, the same way she does with the strength of 100 Seal Byakuga, I can't pronounce it to save my life. I'm just saying, Boruto will be built different beyond belief. Let's go! Meanwhile, Hidari is confused why Team 10 refuses to hand over Himawari, even though it's a situation they can't win, calling them stupid. Jura, on the other hand, believes they can learn from Inoshika-cho, as resisting is proof of them going against their base survival instinct, which is what the Shinju are also learning to do themselves in their journey for knowledge. Their instinct is to eat Boruto and Kawaki, but they actively choose against it to learn more. However, when Himawari witnesses the nuke that went off, she's scared others would die because of her, which is something Naruto taught them all, that the entire village needs to be treated as family. Remember, they also witnessed Naruto's sacrifice against Momoshiki in that heartfelt scene. This selfless nature makes her inform Inujin to let her down and run away. For them to survive, she has to be the one to face someone as strong as Jura, which is when Kurama reappears. But I know what you're thinking. How is KCM Himawari gonna face off against Jura? Why was Damon busting nuts over her power level if it's just Kurama? We are informed Naruto mastered the Nine Tails power, but we know what that led to. So why is Himawari so special? Well, Himawari has hacks like inheriting chakra from both Hamura and Hagoromo from her parents. Now she has a tail beast that amplifies everything, a Byakugan that allowed her to knock out Naruto in one blow, and her own potential and base, which is way stronger than the old generation. Regardless, this is Himawari's dream manifesting in possibly the worst way imaginable. Now she's being hunted for finally getting the rarest kind of Kurama plushie there is. The real thing. Do you guys remember the Parent and Child Day episode? One would call it foreshadowing. Himawari spent an entire day with Naruto to go buy not Kurama, but a Kurama plush toy with him. Himawari even explains how the toy works, and Naruto then compares it to a baby, which just so happens to have happened now. At the end of the episode, Himawari says she will cherish the gifts Naruto gives her, which I must say, if you didn't tear up watching that shit, you're heartless.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
But luckily, she won't have to live with the negative stigma attached to Jinchurikis nowadays, and that is thanks to Naruto. Nor will she have to worry about upsetting Kurama, as she even made friends with Shukaku of all tail beasts. Then, she has the special Uzumaki ability that runs deep. To be honest, let's be real, people. Even if Kurama does start acting up, just play the clip. But the elephant in the room here is, how does this even make sense? We know that tail beasts are big sentient balls of chakra that even after death reincarnate again. Rin died with the three tails inside her, yet it returned, just like how it happened with the fourth Mizukage too. Himawari's grandmother Kushina also tried to sacrifice herself as a means to temporarily stop the Kyuubi's rampage. And once again, with the Raikage who opted to kill Naruto to delay made the infinite Tsukuyomi knowing that the 9 tails will resurrect. Basically, you can't outright kill a tail beast. The alternative and totally more accurate explanation to all of this though is that is this Kurama's son? Did he swap positions when, he smashed? Now to enjoy more peak fiction, find out how strong Boruto is in the time skip, where he claims the title of most powerful shinobi ever.